Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Welcome to Rockingham Speedway. And welcome to Rockingham Speedway. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Rockingham, North Carolina. Call it Rockingham Speedway. North Carolina Motor Speedway, or just the Rock. Rockingham is among stock car racing's most historic racetracks. Opened in October 1965, Rockingham hosted 2 NASCAR Grand National, now Cup Series races annually, until 2004, when it was dropped from the schedule of NASCAR's Premier Series. During those 4 decades, a virtual who's who of stock car racing visited Victory Lane at Rockingham, beginning with Curtis Turner, winner of 1965's inaugural American 500, going on to include Richard Petty, Pearson, Yarborough, Waltrip, Elliott, Earnhardt, even Matt Kenseth taking the final win in 2004. Opened as a flat 1 mile, Rockingham underwent a major overhaul in 1969 when it was reconfigured to a D-shaped, high-banked track measuring just over 1 mile, with an infield road course added for good measure. Track surface has been proven to be particularly abrasive, adding tire conservation to the track's already daunting challenges. In recent years, Rockingham has played host to NASCAR Truck Series competition, ARCA Series, Wayland's Southern Modified Tour, and the UARA Stars Late Model Series. But today, it's the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series, and it's next on HBR TV. Practice just about wrapped up here at the Speedway. Just over 2 minutes left. Alfie Charon, the 78 machine, fastest so far on the day. Alfie sporting the rowdy colors on that number 78 Toyota Camry. There it is. Just in time for some trouble in the corner. Last lap or two of the practice session about to be in the books. Top 5. Alfie Charon, the 78. Mark Thomas, the 50. Cody Harger, 3rd. 4th is LaJoy. 5th is the 15 of Vincent Short. Well, that is the practice session. We're going to roll right into the qualifying here. 10-minute session, 2 laps apiece. See who rolls out on track first. Looks like Carson Conway, possibly. Yep, the 72 machine. Country Designs, number 72. I think this is Carson's first ARCA race. He was running the modified series with OG Racing as well. Oh, Carson Conway loose off turn 2. Puts it in the inside wall before he can finish his first lap. That's going to really tank his qualifying session. Let's go to Alfie Charon, the number 78. Alfie's usually quick around these places. And Alfie running that Rowdy Energy paint, the Toyota Camry, number 78 down the backstretch. Getting ready to take the green flag on his first lap of 2. Meanwhile, Shane Wagner, 24.48, top of the board. Vincent Short, about 0.2 off of that. First lap for Alfie Charon, it's top of the board, 24.40. Just like that, though, Mark Thomas comes up 1/100th better, 24.39 for the 50. See if Alfie can pick up the pace here on lap number 2. Not sure which one's faster lately, the first or the second, but going to find out here in just a moment. Alfie crossing the line, lap number 2, 24.406. Pretty identical lap times for the 78, unable to knock Mark Thomas off the pole. See, Vince Short just wrapped up his qualifying session at 24.46. Got Mike LaJoy out there. And car looked a little loose off turn 4. 24.68 for lap 1, a 49 for lap 2. That's a top 5 starting position so far. And Brian Torsha in the 2 machine. First lap for Brian at 25.07. Looks like Torsch out of the gas. Lap 2 complete, 24.826. That's good enough for 10th quick. Bill Voracek, his first lap, 9th fastest to 24.728 for the number 9 TRS machine. Lap 2 for Voracek at 24.637. Jamie Kerr's first lap at 24.779 puts him into the top 10. Lap 2 for the 75. It is faster. 24.726 for the 75 at Jamie Kerr. It's still a 10th starting position. 66 of Cody Harger hits the track here. About 6.5 minutes left to go in the qualifying session. Looks like Cody running maybe an old Tony Stewart paint scheme, maybe. Meanwhile, Ben Choate has put his 21 machine in the top 5. First lap for the 66 of Harger. Top of the board, 24.230 for Cody Harger. Puts the number 66 on the front row. We got Robbie Milburn out on track, taking his out lap here, getting ready to take the green flag on qualifying. This is a 0.99 machine. Lap 1 for Milburn, 26.283. Don't know if Milburn took any practice laps, so this might just be a quick couple of laps, get the car underneath you and go from there. Lap 2, 25.70. No improvement as far as the position goes. A little bit quicker lap time. Again, he's still got his foot in it. So, yeah, he's just trying to get some laps in here, maybe late to the session. Looks like that's going to about wrap it up. There's 2 cars that have not taken time. Pete Woodrum, Kevin Newborn. Okay, once in a while, we do get a couple of guys that pop into the session without taking laps. Maybe just to kind of watch it. Or as an admin role, that could be the case as well. Either way, good field tonight. 22 cars, if we count everybody. Either way. Looks like we got Eddie Rose in the stream chat saying hello. Thanks for joining us, Eddie. While we have a few minutes, again, about 3 minutes left before qualifying officially ends, let's roll through the sponsors for this series. Of course, it is the LSI Litchfield Specialty ARCA series. They are primary for this particular series for ARCA, and also to TRS, theracing.school.net. If you want to get behind a real race car out at Thompson Speedway, hit the guys up at theracing.school.net. Into My Cricket Makes. Touch base Tabitha Brown. Give her a call or a text at 618-340-0900 for custom-made signs and a lot more. D. Dixon & Sons Trucking Incorporated. For all of your trucking needs, contact D. Dixon & Sons Trucking. And Sudeth Taxidermy at 636-544-7836. See, Robbie Milburn still taking some hot laps after his 2-lap qualifying session. That is perfectly legal. As long as the clock's running and you can stay on the track, might as well take advantage of it. Especially if you weren't able to make a lot of practice laps prior to qualifying. Looks like Robbie's gotten his fill here. We're going to step aside here for a short break and come back with our starting grid and the green flag from Rockingham. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Rockingham, North Carolina at The Rock. Let's take a look at our starting grid for tonight's festivities. On the pole position, the number 66, Cody Harger with Charger Racing to his outside. The 50 of Mark Thomas with Bad Obsession Motorsports. Starting in the second row, it's the 78 of Alfie Sharon with Sharon Racing. To his outside, it's the 15 of Vincent Short. Row 3, it's Cody Fogg. Starting from the 5th position, to his outside, the 26 of Shane Wagner. Starting 7th, is Ben Choate in the 21. 8th will be Mike LaJoy in the 29. Starting in the 9th position, Josh battles the number 11 machine. To his outside in the 10th spot, it's the 55 machine of Billy Milner. Starting 11th, the 9 of Bill Voracek. 12th is Tom Melnick in the 00. Starting 13th, it's Jamie Kerr in the 75. Some work to do here this afternoon to work his way towards the front. Starting to his outside, the 57 of Bobby Peters. Starting 15th, the 2 of Brian Torsha with OG Racing in the 16. 16th is Brian Rupert in the 3. Starting 17th, Mike Taschereau in the 33 machine to his outside. Starting 18th is Clayton Jones. Robbie Milburn, the number 99 machine, starting in the 19th position, and Pete Woodrum will start 20th. 21st is Carson Conway, ran into some trouble in qualifying, spun the car off too, made contact with the inside wall. 22nd is Aaron Conover in the 20, and last but not least, shotgun on the field to 51, Kevin Newborn. Pace car peels off the racetrack. Green flag about to wave. Green is in the air. Cody Harder in the throttle underway. Mark Thomas is going to tuck in behind if he's got some room. Maybe not. The 66 goes up the track, dives down into turn number 1. We're underway here from Rockingham Speedway. Lap 1 in the books. Something oddball going on with the overlays once again. Says we're lap 3 of 80. Shows Vincent Short as the leader, but he's definitely not. I'm going to see if I can reload the overlay and see if that fixes this. Of course, it does not. '66 still leads. 50 of Mark Thomas is second. Looks like the overlay has fixed itself. Caution is out though. Looks like Brian Torsha, Bobby Peters, Carson Conway involved in an incident out on track. Let's go back and take a look, see what we can see. Incident already in progress here off turn 2. Carson Conway getting the end of it. Let's back this up and see. It started up in front of these guys. Yeah, the 00 of Melnick slides up the track, gets to the left rear of the 9. And the 57 collects the 00 in the driver's side. Brian Torsch trying to get out of the way of everybody, but just goes down low. Wrong choice as far as lane choice goes and collects both cars. Well, there it is. We're under our first caution here. Lap 5 of 80 from Rockingham. So Carson Conway has gotten repairs made to that number 72, burned a fast repair. Tom Melnick, same thing. Bill Voracek looks cleaned up, I believe. Let's get a closer look, maybe. Yeah, the 9's all back, good to go. Fresh race car for the 9 of Voracek. And these guys do get, I believe, at least one, if not two, fast repairs. Kind of keeps everybody into it. This is supposed to be fun, so. Green is back. Out in the air. Cody Harger's away. Mark Thomas in the second position in the 50. Alfie Sharon battling for the third spot. We have another caution. Not sure. Maybe Cody Fogg involved. Vincent Short possibly. Again, we pick it up late in the incident. Let's back this one up again as well. See what we can find out. See, they're going into turn 1 here. The 26 of Wagner behind the 15 of Short. Wagner just drives it in deep, collects the 15, sends him around with Wagner into the 58. Looks like the 11 scoots by on the high side. The 21, I think that's Choate. '21 gets on by. So does the 33 of Mike Taschereau. Caution number 2. While we're under this caution, we are going to step away for just a quick moment. We'll be right back for the restart. Told you wouldn't miss the thing. We are back here at Rockingham. Looks like we'll be getting the 1 to go signal this time by. Yeah, pace car lights are off. Get the restart here at lap 11. See the 21 of Ben Choate there running in that second row on the outside. Weaved his way through that last caution. Undamaged. Pace car hits the pit lane. Waiting for the 66 to fire. He does. Mark Thomas does as well. A little wheel spin out of the 50. Allows the 78 of Alfie Sharon to get to the inside, take over the second spot off turn number 2. And we do have another yellow. Pete Woodrum, Aaron Conover involved. These ARCA cars are a handful. I'm not going to lie to you. All right, let's go look, see what we can see with Pete Woodrum and Aaron Conover, our third caution of the afternoon. Again, picking it up real late, but scraping the back stretch wall. Okay, so the 20 at Conover up in the high side, the 8 of Woodrum down low. This is through turns 1 and 2. Appears that they collect each other off the corner and then kind of just ride the backstretch wall to avoid being collected by anybody else. Little loose by Conover off a 2. Not a big correction by the 20, but it looks like the 8 slides up just a bit. Perfect place just to spin that 8 machine in front of the 20, and they do just wall ride all the way down the backstretch. Probably best for the rest of the field, but tough break for Woodrum and Conover. Quiet in the stream chat again, guys. Feel free to say hello and ask about your favorite driver, who you want to see. Got Jamie Kerr and Bobby Peters both said something at the beginning before their race started, but they're not going to do a whole lot of typing if they're in the race car. You never know. Maybe they will. Pace car lights are off. He ducks off the Speedway.
Green flag, green flag.
Single file restart. Multiple cautions indicate that. We're underway here at Rockingham. Cody Harger back in the gas. The 50 of Mark Thomas in behind. Alfie Charon runs third. Ben Choate fourth. Josh Battles is fifth. Field already really strung out. Again, single file restart this last time. Lap 17 goes up on the board. Cody Harger leads it. Mark Thomas second. Alfie Charon third. 21 of Ben Choate is fourth. Close encounter with the outside wall. Doesn't hit it. Continues on. Fifth is Josh Battles. See Vincent Short here just out in front of the 72 of Carson Conway. Carson Conway under pressure from the 2 of Brian Torsch. They work into turn number 3. The outside, the 58 of Cody Fogg. He wants a part of this mix, as does the 00, Tom Melnick. Good battle going on in behind the 72 of Carson Conway. Ooh, drives it in way deep, gets to the back bumper of Brian Torsha. A great save by the 2 machine into turns 1 and 2. They work on the back stretch. The 00 in the fence off the corner. Looks like a battle was starting to shape up between Vincent Short and Clayton Jones. Clayton in the 75. Meanwhile, up front, Alfie Charon's gotten by the 50 of Mark Thomas. This is for the second position. Mark trying to work the crossover. Doesn't quite have enough momentum to make it happen. At the line, the 78 takes over the second position officially. Move Mark Thomas back to third. Alfie Charon's going to set sail, try to hunt down the 66 of Harger. 22 laps in this 80-lap event from Rockingham. The Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series.
Caution's out. Tell us what you got when you get a chance.
We do have another yellow on the Speedway. Possibly Shane Wagner, the number 26 machine involved. Robbie Milburn, Brian Torsha again. Some tough luck for the two. Let's see what happened. Again, we're catching it real late here. I got to make an adjustment there. We'll back it up. Trouble on the backstretch. Looks like it started exit of turn number 2. And you see the 26 of Wagner on the high side. Off turn number 2. Again, a little bit loose. Comes down a touch. Collects the 99. Spins the 99 in front of Shane Wagner. And it looks like Voracek, does he get through this? No, he doesn't. He collects the 99 as well. So the 9 of Voracek into it. Where does Brian Torsha get involved? Separate issue, it looks like. We'll back that one up for 2. Yeah, Brian Torsha was just checked up. The 00 just piles into him, not realizing there's the caution, maybe? I'm not sure, but maybe a little texting and driving. I don't know. Tough break for the 2, for sure. So this will be fun to watch here. The 78, Alfie Charon, always fast at these races. Doesn't matter if we're in trucks, modifieds, or ARCA cars. He's always up at the front. See if he can do anything with the 66 of Cody Harger. Cody's fast, but he's not bulletproof. These guys can get by. They can win these races. They can beat him. I think we might go back to double file this time. Yes, we are. Double file restart. Initially, we went single file because we had consecutive cautions. Some leagues do run that just to kind of get some green flag in. Cautions breed cautions just because it bunches the field back up. There's not a whole lot of room to work. Pace cars off the track. The 66 is back in the gas. The 78, Alfie Charon, is in the second spot. A good restart by the 50 of Mark Thomas. Just slides in behind the 78 there, but 78 does clear the third and fourth place cars as he sets sail down the backstretch, gaining ground already on the 66. Right on board with Alfie Charon, the number 78 out of Putnam, Connecticut. Second place, right to the back bumper of Cody Harger. They work into turn number 1. .28 laps go up on the board here. Alfie Charon still in the second spot, but not missing a beat. Only a car length and a half. We got a car in the wall. It's the 21 of Ben Choate. Bouncing off the backstretch. Concrete, still trying to save it through 3, still trying to save it into 4. Gets her load up, still trying to save it off turn 4. Definitely did not give up on that one. The 21 of Ben showed trouble off turn 2, rides it down the backstretch wall, still saves it through 3 and 4. He spent half a lap trying to keep that car from wrecking. Did a good job of it, but unfortunately Ben Choate back to the 7th spot. We got a big crash on the backstretch into turn number 3. Conover involved, Vincent Short. Brian Torsha sneaks through. Not sure there was a 58. I think it was a Cody Fogg. He hit the inside wall a ton. Somehow that car's still moving. I don't know how. Ooh, left front, little towed out. Gonna limp that machine back to the pits for some much needed repairs. Under our yellow flag here for the 4th time this afternoon. Let's take a look here. It starts, I think, with Kevin Newborn. Again, in it a little early. Cars are already backwards at this point. We'll rewind it. I think that happened up in front of him, though. That was maybe... Yeah, that started between the 20 and the 58. Let me back that up a little further again. So it looks like the 075 machine's up high there. The 20 of Conover to 58 of Fogg may have turned into a 3-wide thing, but the 075 came down a touch, so the 20 reacted, came down low, collects the 58. Both cars are sent down to the apron. The 58 hard impact into the wall, as is the 20. Both cars making pretty significant contact. But then the 20 slides up the track. The 57 collects it. The 72 gets a piece. Vincent Short in the 15 a little bit as well. 8 gets by down on the bottom. The 55, you can see the front tire is locked up on that machine. 51, same thing. Big wreck here, lap 30 of 81. Don Harger saying hello in the chat. How you doing, Don? All right, so we got Jamie Kerr, Bobby Peters, Don Harger. That's all we got in the stream chat. Come on, guys. We got to do better than that. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those up. Looks like the 58 of Cody Fogg did get repairs made. Not sure if that was his first or second fast repair, but either way, fresh and clean for the 58. '66 playing games with the pace car. Pretty sure I heard somebody shut off their engine. Alfie Chair in the number 78 is ready to go. Going to get the restart here, lap 34. Alfie wants to take the opportunity to try and get on by the 66 of Cody Harger and set sail and lead some laps himself. Watch this restart from the roof of the number 78. Pace car peels off the track. We wait on the 66 to get in the throttle. He does. We're up and running. Green flag is out at Rockingham. We're back underway. Can we ride on board on the roof cam of Alfie Charon? So Cody Harger scraped the wall just a bit on entry to 3 there. And caution is out again. Let's see what we have. Yellow flag's waving. I don't see anybody in trouble. Not sure why the yellow came out there. I don't show anybody really in trouble, so it is what it is. We're going to re-rack them once again. I'm going to step aside for just a moment. We're not going to go to a commercial or anything to that effect. We're going to stay right here with the live. You won't miss any of the action. I'll be back for the restart in just a moment. Pace car peels off the track.
Green.
Field comes to life here at Rockingham. Decent restart by the 66. Pretty going by 78 as well. Kind of a carbon copy of the last time. You see Mark Thomas got almost to the inside of the 78 on that restart. '78 drives it way deep into turn number 3. Made it stick. Field working off turn number 4, putting lap 40 on the board. Alfie Charon right there in the rear view mirror of the number 66, a car length, maybe 2. Works off of turn number 2 down the backstretch once again. Halfway point of this afternoon's race from Rockingham. LSI Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series. We're halfway in the books. So far, it's been all Cody Harger out front. Alfie Charon, though, trying to change that up from the second spot. He's right there, not losing ground, but not gaining either. Might come down to tire wear. Who is conserving the most? Again, this place, we talked about it in the open. Very abrasive on the tires. Tire wear, tire conservation, very important at a place like Rockingham. who can do it the best. It looks like Alfie Sharon, though, starting to close the gap. It's down to a half car length to a car length as they cross the line. Lap 42 goes up. Alfie Sharon awful close to the number 66 of Cody Harger. They work lap 43. I'm not sure if there's some damage on the 66. I keep seeing sparks flying out the right side of that machine. Hard to tell from this shot. I'm not seeing it anymore. Alfie Sharon, though, however, has slipped a little bit. Half a second the deficit to leader Cody Harger. Alfie Sharon still runs second. Mark Thomas is third. Mike LaJoy runs fourth, and Bill Voracek, even through his struggles, still running top five. Jamie Kerr, though, appears has crashed. Jamie was hopeful for a victory here tonight. He was third, I think, the modified race, and second in trucks. Was hoping to complete the natural progression of things today in the ARCA race, but not to be. Jamie Kerr involved in an incident here. Ooh, the 15 of Vincent Short gets to the left rear, sends the 75 around. Jamie Kerr does not get collected. Look at it one more time. Yeah, I want to back that up. That looked, that was a little close. So 75 machine up high, Vincent Short down low. I don't know if the 15 lost the nose and slid up or if this was an intentional bump. Hard to know without talking to the guys, but these two are certainly going to have a conversation, I'm willing to bet. Jamie Kerr, around he goes. It's a reason for our caution here at Rockingham. Lap 47. Again, we are under caution. Cars are hitting pit lane for what's probably their last stop of the race. You know, we've made it to halfway. Granted, we did have some cautions peppered into the mix. Helps with the fuel economy. But man, tires so important. Now, through that cycle, we had some guys that pit under green or at one of the previous cautions, like Pete Woodrum. He pit at lap 23. Ben Choate, lap 30. Remember, Ben was involved in an incident, so he pit. Billy Milner in the 55 machine, he's up to third. He pit lap 23. All the way back to the 11th spot. Those guys all pit prior between lap 23 and lap 36. Everybody behind 11th would be Harger, Sharon, Thomas, Taschereau, Voracek, Battles, Peters, Torsha. They all pit under this caution for regular service, fuel, and tires. So those guys, they're the quicker guys anyway, not knocking anybody, but they've been at the front of the field most of the afternoon thus far. But they're also going to be quicker on fresh tires. So it's going to be fun to watch these guys try and work their way through the field on fresher rubber compared to those out in front. 32 laps to go. It'll be 31 when we cross the line. Pete Woodrum kind of slowing the field down to the restart. Back in the throttle he goes. Green flag is out. We're back underway from Rockingham. Pete Woodrum out to a great jump. Good start, good restart for the number 8 machine. Billy Milner on the inside of Ben Choate here in through turns 1 and 2. But the 21 slides back down. Contact made.
How you doing in there, kid?
Through all that, also, it looks like Vincent Short has crashed. I wonder if it has anything to do with Jamie Kerr being involved with this. Let's go take a look. Oh, contact with the 26 of Shane Wagner. Up the track goes the 15. Massive impact for Vincent Short. Let's look at that again, maybe in slower time. Oof. Except for the lack of barrel rolls. That looks like the Michael McDowell Texas crash. Let's rewind that a little bit. Vince Short in the 15, 26 of Wagner down low. Vince just starts his turn in, catches it last second, but it's too late. Makes contact with the 26, overcorrects it up the track, puts himself into the fence. Hard impact for Vincent Short. Place is definitely tough, and to do it in an ARCA car, it's even more difficult. These cars are not slammed to the ground. They're not on rails. They are difficult to drive, which is what makes them a lot of fun to participate in races with these ARCA cars, but it's a tough place to get a hold of. And then you throw in the fact that you got a car that's tough to get a hold of. It really separates a lot of the guys out there from who can get it done and who still got a lot to learn. But cautions breed cautions. That's the other part of the equation, and sometimes it's hard to avoid. Either way, though, Pete Woodrum still out front. You got Ben Choate second, Wagner now third, Milner fourth. Carson Conway, after troubles, has worked his way back up into the top 5. See the 55 of Billy Milner. Milner is supposed to be running a Holler Boys Racing TV paint scheme for the season. I don't know if he just didn't get it loaded this time, but right now he's running that number 55 Valvoline scheme. A little bit of damage to the rear end of that. Looks like some left rear damage on that 55. Field lined up 2 by 2, pace car lights off. Again, Pete Woodrum really slowing things down here on this restart. Picking it up all of a sudden. Everybody's going to jam on the brakes. Yep, contact made, coming to green. Now the 8's in the throttle. Back underway here at Rockingham, lap 54, 26 to go. And the 8 goes around, so does the 21. Our leader is wrecking into turn number 3. Mark Thomas is involved. The 51 is involved. 50 and Mark Thomas all tore up. Well, let's take a look. A little bit of gamesmanship on the restart there. Don't know if that had anything to do with it, but let's take a look. This is, again, real late in the incident. Got to get that figured out. Rewind. Off turn number 2, you see the 8 of Woodrum down low. 21 a Choate up high. 21 does come down a little off the corner. I don't know if he was chasing a loose issue off, but both drivers involved here. The 8 gets spun down the backstretch. The 21 goes to the inside, collects the inside wall. Woodrum goes up back over the track. 72 might get through. Yep, Carson Conway does clear the wreck. 50 and Mark Thomas nowhere to go. Just powers into the number 8 machine. The 51 as well coming in late. Kevin Newborn. The 57 going down low, gets by. Bobby Peters. Big wreck on the backstretch. 25 to go. You see the 50 of Mark Thomas. Fresh race car for the 50. Got that thing fixed in a hurry. Not out of it yet, albeit back in the 15th spot. Still quick, still time left. Currently, Billy Milner, the leader in the number 55. The 72 of Carson Conway's in second. Clayton Jones, Alfie Sharon back in the top 5. The number 78 machine and Jamie Kerr in the 75 is your top 5. So Milner is first. Conway is second. Clayton Jones is third. Alfie Sharon is fourth. Jamie Kerr is fifth. New name in the stream chat, Cody McKnight. Thanks for saying hello. Field looks anxious out there, not quite ready to go back 2 by 2. We're going to cross the line here. I think we're going to get the 1 to go with 23 laps to go. Pace car lights are off. We will indeed go back to green next time by. It'll put us 22 to go from Rockingham. Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series almost in the books. Last quarter of the race to be run. It's been very eventful here in the second half of the afternoon. Billy Milner is your leader. Carson Conway second. Clayton Jones third. Alfie Sharon is fourth. And fifth is Jamie Kerr. Right on board with Alfie Sharon. Green flag back in the air from the third spot. The 78 looking to the outside of the 72 of Carson Conway. Gets a great restart, flying by on the outside. Move Sharon back up to the second spot. Big run down the back. He's going to go by the 55 on the inside. Alfie Sharon to the lead into turn number 3. What a rocket ship on the restart. Alfie Sharon, power move through 3 and 4. He's your new leader off the corner. 55 and Milner taking a look back down low. Try and take this back. Doesn't have it. 78 at Sharon's going to have the momentum on the high side. They do battle for this spot here. It's a great restart. Oh, and the 78's in the fence off turn number 2. He keeps his foot in it, straightens it back out. Field working off 4. 78 of Sharon slides the crossover down low. Back to the lead goes the 78. Back and forth go Sharon and Milner here late in the race. A little bit of bumping and banging back in the pack between the 33, the 075, and the 75. Everybody gets away, no issue. Back up front, though, still a battle for the lead. Alfie Sharon out in front of the 55 of Billy Milner. They work off turn 4 again. 19 laps to go. Milner looking low. He wants the spot back, and contact is made into turn number 1. A beautiful save by the 78. Milner gets turned, but Alfie Sharon keeps the lead. Caution is out as the 55 did end up spinning in front of the field. Let's go take a look. Incredible driving by Alfie Sharon. No, well, we missed that one. Let's try this again, shall we? Okay, so this is watching the 55. Billy Milner down low. A little bit of net code there, honestly. I think they probably would have made contact as it is, but you see the 55 does get to the left rear of the 78. And man, an incredible save by Alfie Sharon. See the 55 now spinning in front of the field, gets collected by Jamie Kerr. Carson Conway up in the high side trying to avoid, does get the fence a little bit for that number 72. Well, they certainly keep it interesting, that's for sure. Alfie Sharon now in the lead officially. It's a great battle, though, for a little while between himself and the 55 of Milner. Unfortunately, Milner gets the raw end of the deal. Made a pretty aggressive move to the inside for the lead that did not pay off. Made contact with the 78 of Alfie Sharon. Again, Sharon may have come down a bit, but that was a pretty aggressive, optimistic. Yeah, pretty optimistic move by the 55 into turn number 1. Yeah, he could have made it stick, but I think he needed to be a little bit further up on the door of the 78 for that one really to pay off. 78 almost gets turned. One hell of a save for Alfie Sharon. The 55 ends up looping it in front of the field, gets collected by the 75 of Jamie Kerr, among others involved. I think Mike Taschereau got a piece of that. Not Mike Taschereau. It was Mike LaJoy, Clayton Jones, Tom Melnick. Clayton Jones crashed twice. Pete Woodrum involved again. Lap 62 incident. Lights are off atop the iRacing pace car. We will be going back to green this time by. Work down the backstretch here. 2x2 formed up, ready to go. We're going to get the green at 14 laps to go. Hopefully we can have a shootout to the finish without any more yellow flag interruptions. But who knows? Things are going to get more aggressive as this race goes towards the end. You saw it just a lap or few ago, just before this caution came out. The battle for the lead was hot and heavy with the 78 and the 55. Now it's the 78 with the 66 to his outside. Carson Conway third. Taschereau fourth. Josh Battles in the 11 machine is fifth. We're back underway here at Rockingham. Alfie Sharon, a great restart out of the 78 machine. Leaves the 66 and the 72 in their wake. Couple of car lengths back. Now the 72 taking a look to the inside of Cody Harger. Nothing doing. Cody clears him off turn number 2. Carson Conway down the backstretch, now being pressured by the 33 of Taschereau. And there we go. Another caution. Clayton Jones involved this time. All right, let's go take a look. Guess Billy Milner involved again. So was Bill Voracek. We'll take a look, see if they're related here. Mike LaJoy. All right, so we'll go to the Clayton Jones incident first. Clayton loose off the backstretch. Just loses it. No major issue there. Let's see what happened with Billy Milner again. Oh, Shane Wagner turns the 55. Front of the field, gets collected by the 00. Bill Voracek gets turned. Looks like the 50 involved in that incident. Slides up the track. 29 cannot avoid. Everybody else did a pretty good job getting by, but that's how Mike LaJoy was involved. Oh, and he hits the 9 again. Got action all over the racetrack on that last lap. All right, lights are off atop the pace car. Field formed up 2x2, 10 to go. We'll get the green at 9 laps left. See if Alfie Sharon can hold off the 66 and bring that Rowdy Energy Toyota to victory lane. Pace car peels off the banking. Old 78 will go right away. Great restart by Alfie Charon. Second, Cody Harger. Taschereau third. Peters and Conway, the top five. They work into turn number one. Alfie Charon crosses the line, 8 laps to go from Rockingham Speedway. The 66er Harger in behind the second spot. Mike Taschereau back in third. A good afternoon for the 33. He's up 14 positions. Bobby Peters, the same for him, up 10 spots. He runs fourth. Now Josh Battles in the fifth spot. Down the backstretch into turn number 3, the 66 looking low on Alfie Charon. Charon battling back on the high side. We've got 6 laps to go at the line. Charon battles back. He will lead this time by. Both drivers on the same tire strategy at this point in the race. Pit lap 46 had some yellows in between, but now Cody Harger looks like he may take the spot into turn number 3. He does. Alfie trying to get some momentum up on the high side, but nothing doing. The 66 back out front with 5 laps to go. Top 2 crossing the line here. 3 laps to go from Rockingham Speedway. Battling in the back of the pack here, Carson Conway trying to keep that number 72 machine in the top 10. Scrapes the wall. Getting chewed up here, the 2 of Brian Torsha on it. The charge here down in the inside of the 72 machine. Big battle back here. Carson Conway holds on to the 8th spot. Torsha now up to the 9th position. Pete Woodrum is in 8th, and there's the 72 up in the fence again, and around goes the 8 of Woodrum. Nope, gathers it back up, keeps it going straight. Back out front, though, Cody Harger driving away from the 78 of Alfie Charon. The white flag is in the air for the 66. Cody Harger off turn number 4, sees the checkered flag. Cody Harger wins at Rockingham. The LSI Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series is in the books. 66 is your winner. Second, Alfie Charon, hard fought. Bobby Peters was third. Ben Schote fourth. Mike Taschereau finishes fifth. Rockingham is in the books. We'll be back after this with our top 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rockingham, North Carolina. North Carolina Motor Speedway, the Litchfield Specialty ARCA Series. It's in the books. Cody Harger has brought home a checkered flag once again. Let's go to Cody Harger here in just a moment. Let's get a word with our winner. Cody, it's Steve in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Cody, congratulations. Another victory in the OG Racing League. It wasn't an easy one. You had Alfie Charon out front there. No slouch by any means. Thought he had it locked up, but with about 5 or 6 to go, he got on by. Tell us about the pass and about your afternoon.
Yeah, man. Started out good. We, just riding there that first half of the race. Just, run for 2 laps, catch a caution, run for 2 laps, catch a caution. But then come in, we had a caution there after halfway, and I decided if I was going to get a set of tires, it was now or never. So I think me and Alfie and a couple others went. There's a lot of cars that stayed out. I'm assuming guys that were caught in cautions earlier in the race had already caught their fuel and everything, so they were staying out. So I think we restarted somewhere 14th, 15th-ish, and Alfie did a really good job getting through traffic. I got held up a couple times, and he was able to slice his way through there a lot faster. So it's I knew I could probably get back up to the front, but I didn't know if I could do anything with him once I got there. But luckily, he had just a little bit of right side damage. I think he might have touched the wall a time or two, and it was just enough I needed to get a run and get a nose up underneath him. So not the full on just race with somebody that's equal cars and whatnot. He had a little bit of damage, so he was compromised. But win's a win, man. I feel good about this one. Kind of redemption from the truck race the other night.
Race drivers are kind of fickle, but they'll take them however they can get them. Tough break for Alfie Charon, of course. Would have been nice to see a solid battle with the equal cars, like you said, but either way, win's a win. You'll take it and move on to the next one. So congratulations, Cody. Before we let you go, anybody you need to thank?
Yeah, just let me thank the guys here at OG Racing. I appreciate them putting this on and letting me come race with them. Having a blast with these guys.
That's Cody Harger, your winner here this afternoon from the North Carolina Motor Speedway. Next up, we were going to go to Alfie Charon, but Alfie dejected here, finishing second. Unfortunately, not going to join us in the broadcast booth. Would have loved to talk to the 78 driver. He looked real stout out there tonight. Certainly put forth a performance worthy of a victory, but unfortunately, it's a second place finish for the 78. We will move on to their third place finisher, Bobby Peters. Bobby, it's Steve in the HBR TV broadcast booth. Do you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Bobby, congratulations. A top 3 finish in your ARCA Series debut. Brought the number 57 machine home to a solid finish. Tell us about your afternoon. Looks like you avoided some wrecks out there.
Yeah, I started out getting involved in that first wreck that happened. And then after that, it was just, all right, let's stay in the back and kind of work our way up as we go. And I saved my fast repairs for when I needed them, and I still think I had one left. Took the same tires on the same lap Cody did, and him and I were trying to work together, as you could tell, towards the end.
Now, I got to ask, these ARCA cars, no matter where you take them, they're a handful to begin with. I have literally not turned a lap here at Rockingham, as I hate to say it, I just bought the track today for this specific broadcast. But is this place really a handful to get a hold of? Because it seemed like it was tough.
It was tough. It's very bumpy. As you go into turn 1 and 2, if you're not set, it bounces you. As you could tell in the broadcast, you could see some cars go from the bottom, and then just all of a sudden you're up towards the wall because there's bumps and divots in that track.
Yeah, plenty of guys having handling struggles here, just trying to get the cars to set down in the track. You made it work, though. Everybody had some issues to a certain extent, but you brought it home in the 3rd spot. Congratulations. Before we let you go, Bobby, is there anybody you need to thank before you get out of here?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for the truck ride. Secondly, I want to thank Remain Safe, Richmar Florist, OG. Can't do anything without those guys. And Mark Wirtz Racing for sponsoring me for my racing career.
All right, Bobby. Well, thanks for talking to us, and good luck next week.
All right, thank you.
It's our 3rd place finisher, Bobby Peters, the number 57 machine, brings it home to a top 3 in his ARCA Series debut. Let's go through our finishing order. Of course, we talked to Cody Harger. He was our winner this afternoon. Good run for the 66. Took over that lead here late in the race over Alfie Charon. The 78 machine looked super strong here all afternoon. Unfortunately, just not able to bring it all the way to the checkered flag. Finishes second. A tough break. He's certainly not pleased with that second place finish position, I'm sure. But there will be more checkered flags in the future of the 78 for sure. Bobby Peters, of course, we just spoke with. Our third place finisher in his ARCA debut. A strong run for Bobby, avoiding some wrecks. Involved in one early as well, but either way, battled back. Didn't quit. Brings it home top 3. Ben Schote, the number 21, had some issues himself, but again, car looked clean at the end. Didn't have to burn all those fast repairs. He finishes in the 4th spot. Big mover Mike Taschereau, he finishes in the top 5. 12 positions gained during the race, the number 33. Another stout finish for Mike Taschereau. Jamie Kerr finished in the 6th position, that number 75 Valvoline machine. Carson Conway, another tough afternoon for Carson. He restarted on 3rd place, brought home the number 72 Country Designs Chevrolet home to a 7th place finish. Involved in some wrecks, avoided some others, but either way, brought it home, lead lap, top 10. Good run for the 72 of Conway. Brian Torsha, the number 2 machine, he finishes in the 8th position with a lot of the sponsors for this league on board. D. Dixon and Sons Incorporated, D. Dixon and Sons Trucking Incorporated. Obviously, OG Racing League, among others. My Cricket Makes. Can't tell if it's on the car or not, but definitely a sponsor within the series. A big help from them. Mike LaJoy in the number 29 DuPont colors. He finished in the 9th spot. Mark Thomas in the 50, the Kodiak car. Tough afternoon for Mark Thomas. Again, strong qualifying. He was right up near the front. Finishes top 10, but probably expected a top 3 finish out of the 50 this afternoon. So tough break for Mark. Billy Milner in the number 55. He finishes in the 11th position. Pete Woodrum was up front for a little while, but ended up tangling with the 2nd place car after a restart. Ends up finishing in the 12th spot. 13th was Tom Melnick in the 00. 14th was Josh Battles at number 11 Budweiser machine. 15th was Robbie Milburn. 16th, the 9 of Bill Voracek. Kevin Newborn was 17th. Clayton Jones was 18th. Shane Wagner in the 26 machine was the 19th finisher. Vincent Short was 20th. 21st, Cody Fogg, Brian Rupert, and Aaron Conover, 22nd and 23rd. I don't know for sure how many laps Brian ran. Maybe 29. I think Brian was involved in an incident early on, as well as Aaron Conover. For both of those guys, not indicative of their typical finishing places, but they do round out the field here at Rockingham. Well, with that said, it's going to wrap it up for us here. Holler Boys Racing TV. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for joining us again. We'll be back here at the OG Racing League Wednesday for the Modified Series at 7:45 in the East. And then Thursday as well for the My Cricket Makes Truck Series, 7:45 in the East once again. If you aren't already doing so, please follow us at facebook.com/HollerBoys Racing TV and on YouTube at HollerBoys Racing TV. Like, follow, share, subscribe. All those fancy buzzwords that, well, us streamers always talk about. It is very important. It helps those platforms kind of determine what eyeballs get to see this that aren't already following or subscribing. So the more eyeballs, the better. Get all these guys to tune in, and maybe you'll find a racer to join your league. It's a good possibility. So again, thank you very much for watching. I'm Steve Singer with Holler Boys Racing TV. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.